Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are embarking on a genuinely fascinating journey. What we put together for you is a visual roadmap that breaks down an absolutely massive, comprehensive 15-part tutorial on how our world moved from physical, dedicated copper wires all the way into the era of AI-driven virtual networks. So if you want to understand the actual nervous system of our modern world, you are in the exact right place.
Let's dive right into our syllabus. I'm going to be your guide as we traverse 6 major technological eras. We'll start with the foundations of global connectivity, move through the digital and IP revolution, explore voice and data convergence, unpack wireless and optical networks, navigate cloud and virtualization, and finally, look ahead to the AI-driven future. This is our roadmap to building a true systems-level comprehension.
Before we jump in, a quick shout-out to the architects behind this incredible curriculum, Virtualization Options LLC. They're a Colorado-based technology research, education, and advisory organization, and they provide the authoritative foundation for everything we're about to unpack. Think of this explainer as your high-level introduction to their complete 15-part modern telecommunications tutorial.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Foundations of Global Connectivity. To get this right, we have to start with the fundamental science of telecommunications, which is simply moving information across distances using electronic or optical signals. When we look back, starting way back with Samuel Morse encoding language into electrical pulses in the 1840s, you start to notice a really fascinating pattern. As we step up to the digital PCM revolution in the 70s, to 1G in 79, and all the way up to the 5G networks of the 2020s, we aren't just seeing things get faster. Every single jump represents a total architectural transformation in how human beings connect.
And to actually grasp that architecture, we rely on a simple but absolute foundation. Literally all modern infrastructure could be understood through a 3-layer hierarchy. Step 1 is the physical layer, your raw cables, antennas, and transmission media. Step 2 is the logical layer, the protocols and switching that actually give that data structure. And step 3 is the application layer, the voice, video, and web services that you and I interact with every day.
Which brings us to a massive clash of 2 paradigms. On the legacy side, you had the public switched telephone network, which was circuit switched. It created a dedicated, guaranteed path for every single call. Now that was incredibly reliable for voice, but it was profoundly wasteful. Because a circuit stayed reserved even during absolute silence, up to 50% of the network's capacity was doing absolutely nothing at any given time. Contrast that with the modern internet, which is packet-switched. It relies on statistical multiplexing, which basically means sharing bandwidth dynamically based on actual bursty traffic. It's just wildly more efficient.
So that sets the stage for Section 2, the digital and IP revolution, where we gave some real structure to those highly efficient networks.
Now, if you work in IT, you already know the indispensable common vocabulary of the OSI model. We're just focusing on the first 4 layers right now. Layer 1 is physical bits. Layer 2 organizes those bits into frames using MAC addresses. Layer 3 introduces IP addressing and routing to get those packets across the globe. And Layer 4 handles the transport using protocols like TCP for reliable delivery or UDP for fast, real-time streams. Honestly, whenever you troubleshoot a network, you are essentially just climbing up and down this exact ladder.
But as we digitized the world, we literally ran out of room. The explosion of mobile and IoT devices demanded a major shift away from IPv4 to the necessary future of IPv6. By expanding the address space to 128 bits, we instantly gained 340 undecillion unique addresses. That is a mind-boggling number. Plus, it brings mandatory IPsec security, plug-and-play stateless address auto-configuration, and it completely eliminates broadcast traffic, which makes routing so much more efficient.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, Voice and Data Convergence. This is absolutely one of the most disruptive moments in telecom history, the moment human voice became just another data packet on the network.
Because of this, the hardware landscape fundamentally shifted overnight. In the network core, soft switches running on commodity x86 servers completely replaced those massive dedicated telephone exchanges. They separated the call control software from the actual media handling. And sitting at the office desk, those bulky hardware telephony systems were entirely replaced by IP-PBX, routing your calls smoothly right over your standard local area network.
Okay, moving out to the absolute edges of the grid, we hit Section 4, Wireless and Optical Networks. We are talking about the cutting edge of physical connectivity here.
Let's dive into modern 5G. And look, 5G is not just about downloading movies faster on your phone. It's a fundamental reimagining of the entire network. Early rollouts used a non-standalone architecture, piggybacking on older 4G LTE cores. But standalone 5G introduces a fully cloud-native core. The real magic here is network function virtualization, or NFV. It totally decouples proprietary telecom hardware from the software, running everything on standard x86 servers. The network isn't just pipes anymore. It is a fully programmable platform.
That programmable nature brings us right to Section 5, Cloud and Virtualization. Over the last few years, the line between telecom infrastructure and cloud infrastructure hasn't just blurred, it's completely vanished. Today, hyperscale cloud providers, think AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, they are massive network operators in their own right. Every click, every video stream, every API call relies on secure telecommunications networks linking seamlessly into distributed cloud infrastructure. This has made data center orchestration, which is managing thousands of virtualized network functions across distributed clouds, a core telecom competency.
We've undergone a massive paradigm shift. In the past, we were stuck with legacy element management, managing a specific piece of vendor hardware in a silo using proprietary protocols. Next-generation networks totally flip the script by decoupling the transport layer from the service layer. This means you can deliver universal services, whether it's voice, video, or data, over any media type seamlessly. Whether users on Wi-Fi, 5G, or fiber, you are managing the holistic customer experience, not just babysitting a box.
All of this immense complexity brings us to our final chapter, Section 6, the AI-driven future. This is the operational endgame of the entire roadmap we've been following.
It forces us to ask one really critical question. What happens when a network simply outgrows human management? Because with thousands of virtualized functions, sub-millisecond latency requirements, and millions upon millions of IoT devices coming online, we have officially reached the absolute limit of what manual human operations can handle.
The only solution to that problem is closed-loop automation. The networks of tomorrow are completely autonomous. Using what we call MAPI K-loops, they continuously monitor, analyze, plan, and execute changes without us. They manage radio resources in milliseconds and reroute transport capacity on the fly. For your routine operational events, there is zero human intervention. AI isn't just some marketing buzzword here. It is an absolute necessity for survival in a terabyte capacity world.
Which leaves us with this final, vital takeaway. Think in systems. To thrive as an IT professional today, you can't just know one single layer anymore. You have to understand how radio physics, software architecture, security, and business economics all interact across the entire stack. You have to know how a change in photon hardware might impact a virtualized AI service layer. Grasping that holistic picture is the key to mastering the hyper-connected era. But here's the real question you need to ask yourself as we fully enter this AI-driven era. If the network of tomorrow runs itself, are you preparing to manage the technology? Or are you preparing to architect the systems that manage the technology? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for exploring this with us.